Now, as you know, the coalition government, the former coalition government, tried to protect Australia Day. A national day has been under attack for years by Aboriginal groups, the whole Invasion Day complaint, and this was taken up by all sorts of green left groups and woke activists. Not least of all, of course, has been the national broadcaster. Imagine the idiocy of Triple J, the youth radio station that had built up a strong tradition around its Australia Day Hottest 100 list. It decided 5 years ago to move away from that day. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation, they call themselves, but they shun Australia Day. Anyway, this sort of activism was taken up by many local councils. We've touched on those issues before. These are the same inner city green left councils that like to dabble in anti-nuke stances or anti-Israeli activism. Well, they've been anti-Australia Day too. So the coalition said, if you don't do citizenship ceremonies on January the 26th, your council doesn't have the authority to do them anytime. Well, that ban was applied to two Melbourne councils, Darebin and Yarra, 5 years ago, and Labor has now lifted it. The Albanese Labor government says it wants councils to respect Australia Day, but it won't force them.
I support Australia Day. The government supports Australia Day. There are no changes here. What shouldn't happen, though, is that someone who is John Smith, new migrant from the United Kingdom, is denied the opportunity to become an Australian citizen because of a decision made by a local council.
Now, the opposition, as you would imagine, is not so sure. Shadow Immigration Minister Dan Tehan said in a statement, "Make no mistake, this is Labor laying the groundwork to abolish January the 26th as Australia Day." Wow, hey, here we go again. This annual debate usually starts mid-January, so it's starting a month early this year. There are many reasons January the 26th is the best date for our National Day. Not least is that it's the day the British flag was raised on Sydney Cove, so it actually marks the most crucial turning point in the history of this nation. That was the moment the Indigenous people of this country became intrinsically linked to the British institutions that would be established here, along with the migrant cultures to follow. That's the moment all of our futures became entwined. So how about we stop the aggro and just enjoy the occasion with this, our national song. Yeah, Australia, you got to love it. If some councils somewhere don't want to love it, so what? Their ratepayers can toss them out. That's democracy.